How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the mainstream media, including AP, CBS, CNN, pretty much every mainstream media outlet announcing that Joe Biden has become the 46th president of the United States with Kamala Harris as the vice president. Now, there's a lot to quote unquote unpack here, as the cool kids would say. I'm not really sure where to begin. I guess first thing first would be I'm kind of confused. All right. Now, if he wins, then he wins. If it's fair and square, then it's fair and square. However, I'm just confused. All right. First of all, Joe Biden, he didn't even really campaign. He pretty much stayed in Wilmington in the basement, or he went up the road in Philadelphia or Chester, Pennsylvania. He didn't really campaign at all. He pretty much just stayed home and did live streams that nobody watched, and nobody went to the rallies either. People would say, oh, they're just following the COVID-19. And before I go any further, the virus is going to be a really big part of this whole conversation as we look at it, in the future. But I'll get back on track. People say he had low crowd sizes because he wanted low crowd sizes because they wanted to adhere to the CDC's regulations about the virus. Okay, maybe that explains that. But what about the online numbers, the online interaction? Nobody was really watching the live streams. Just like nobody even really cared about this guy in person or at home on the internet. So the question is, how did he win? And how is it right now when we're not even done, tabulating the votes? How is it that he has nearly 5 million more votes than Barack Obama in 2008? Okay. And to put it into context, just so we understand what's going on, John McCain had 59 million votes in 2008. Barack Obama, 69 million. So that's a pretty big difference, right? 10 million more votes, almost 70 million. But Joe Biden is at about 75 million right now. How do you get more votes than 2008 Obama, your president, when you were vice president, when you facing off against an incumbent? And go back to 2016, Hillary Clinton had about 65 million votes compared to Trump, 62 or 63 million votes, right? Now, he lost a popular vote in 2016, yes, but it didn't matter because he was able to succeed in the electoral vote. He had more votes spread out in a wider area than Hillary Clinton did, but still it was a pretty tight margin when you're talking about the popular vote, and it was less than 65 million for each. But on this one, you got Trump with 70 million. That's a pretty big increase. You're talking about 8 million more votes than 2016. So his base most certainly grew by at least 8 million. But Joe Biden had 10 million more votes than Hillary Clinton. How is that possible? It doesn't make any sense to me. You mean to tell me that Joe Biden gets 10 million more votes than Hillary Clinton in 2016 while facing off against the incumbent, very popular president who always had packed crowds at the rallies, live streams getting millions of views more than Joe Biden's? Okay, the enthusiasm, the organic rallies, the truck rallies, the boat rallies, marches, the whole 9 yards. Biden had none of that. So you have no enthusiasm, no ground game. You're not campaigning. You are not a popular person. How does he have so many votes? What's going on? I'm trying to figure it out. Like I've said many times before, if we go to court and we figure out what's happening with this election, and then it comes back as Joe Biden just had a really good ground game and he just happened to get all these votes, then hey, hats off to him. You won. Congratulations. Bravo. But the numbers, the math does not add up, in my humble opinion. Now, let's go to some of this court action that's going to be happening, because we're going to have court action. There's already lawsuits that have been filed. I think one got dismissed in Georgia, but there's going to be plenty more. Let's talk about Dominion Systems right quick, okay? This is some type of voting infrastructure software. There was a so-called glitch reported in Michigan. I think it's like 7,000 votes that went to Biden should have gone to Trump. And when they reversed that, it changed the election for somebody locally. The loser, a Republican, became a winner because of the glitch that was discovered. All right. Now, that glitch was found in one county in Michigan, but that same software is used all throughout the state of Michigan. So you're talking about like 46 counties or more that have been affected by this particular glitch, possibly. because they all use the same software. And it was not just in Michigan where the same software is used. It's also used in 30 states. And I'll place a map on the screen before you. You're talking about battleground states. All right. I think it's Arizona, Texas, Michigan, of course, Florida, Pennsylvania, if I'm not mistaken, all over the place. So this is going to really be an issue that's going to last for quite a while. What the left want to do right now is demoralize us on the right. They want to say, oh, the MAGA movement is over. And first of all, before I even continue with that, the MAGA movement is not over. You had 70 million people that came out and voted for Trump, 8 million more than 2016 so far. And we're not done tabulating votes. So you had a lot of people that come out and vote for Trump. And these people that you had at the rallies or organic pop-up rallies ain't going nowhere. They're going to hold their same beliefs, the same views, the same principles, the same everything. They're not going to go anywhere. So the movement is not dead. It doesn't matter how much the mainstream media, big tech, social media, and these regular normies on the left try to kill it. It's not going to die. But I'll move right along. I think out of every conservative person on the Hill, any politician, anybody that's related to politics, I think Trump still has the most juice. Out of anybody, I don't care if it's Joe Biden, anybody, it's still Trump. So he can still be around doing different things. They say he might start a TV news network, or I say start a political PAC. I'm not sure about a party necessarily, because what a party would do is just kind of undermine conservatives from being able to win. Now, like I say, the GOP, they got some serious issues. I don't really see a lot of people standing up for the president right now. You got a few guys like Lindsey Graham and many others that standing up for him, and hats off to them. I think Rick Grinnell, he's out there fighting for the president, so shout out to him. But a lot of guys are being very quiet right now. They ain't really saying too much, because all you got to say, you don't have to say that, oh, the president got cheated or whatever, although we believe that. All you got to say is, hey, let's let the court action play out. Let's see what's going on. You have some claims of, some fraud, votes being postmarked after the time they're supposed to be in. Let's look at that, and then we'll see what the result is, rather than saying nothing at all, which is what a lot of these guys are doing. So although I understand that a lot of these guys probably don't deserve our support on or in the GOP, not necessarily on the right, but in the GOP, we still got to be able to bolster the GOP, because we got to succeed when it comes to races locally and nationally. I'd rather have a GOP person that's not necessarily Donald Trump than somebody on the left. But at the same time, I don't want a person that's in there like a Mitt Romney, who will be the equivalent to a leftist, because that'll damage the party for a very long time. I think this election has shown us that there's a lot of things we got to fix. The election system, the voting system has to be fixed. And really, I think it has to be updated because of how this election went. Normally, this wouldn't have happened as far as all the mail-in voting and early voting where you want, no voter ID half the time. That is a serious problem. A lot of states are not prepared for it. They hadn't done it before. They got all these brand new systems they're using for the first time. It was just kind of a mess. You're going to have recounts. I think Georgia, they're going to recount, maybe Pennsylvania, perhaps, Arizona, Nevada. You're going to have a lot of recounts. I think I saw that at least 4 states, including Georgia, will recount. So this is not over by a long shot, not in the least bit. And I think that people that are on the right in the GOP got to tighten up, because I believe we'll be able to take it back in 2024 if we're not successful in this particular national election. All right. We got the Senate pretty strong. I'm confident about the Senate. We gain a lot of seats in the House, although we don't have the House control as of right now. I think we could get the House control. So we get the House, we already got the Senate, and we got the Supreme Court 6-3 or 5.5 to 3.5. But that's a different story. I digress. We got the Supreme Court, the Senate. We could get the House eventually. And Joe Biden pretty much halfway dead. And I think that people who are on the left that voted for this man, if you have all 75 million that voted for him, which is pretty almost impossible, but if that happened, they'll get a gigantic red pill. Oh, we voted for Biden. It's going to be great, hope and change. And then when it doesn't happen, you're going to see what's going to happen. All right. You're going to see the result of your vote. If he's able to get anything done, then it'll be bad. I was reading somewhere somebody said that Biden might not be that bad because he won't be able to do anything. If he's able to do some things, then it'll be bad. You know, if he want to raise the minimum wage to $1 trillion or whatever it is, and the Green New Deal, if he wants to actually fulfill his campaign promises, then it'll be pretty bad. But if he's not able to, which he will not be able to, a lot of things, then it won't be as bad because we still got the Senate and we got the Supreme Court. So what are you really going to be able to do? Not a whole lot. So as I close, I want to say this. This fight is not over. We still got legal action. We still got a lot of things we can do. And in the meantime, all we got to do is just regroup, figure out what happened, why it happened, and look into investigating this however we can through any legal means. Some say, oh, we got to go out there in the street and we got to be out the left and BLM and tear stuff up for what? What has that really got in the left and BLM? You see, the reality is that the left and BLM, they have voted people in on a local level. A prime example is Seattle, aka Seattle, Washington. They got Kshama Sawant on the city council, and Kshama Sawant ain't no more but an Antifa member and or BLM member in power. That's how they're doing it, really, right there. The riots and stuff like that is just for attention and to being able to raise money. That's all that it is. It's not going to actually get anything done. We got to attack it on the legal level, through legislation, through getting our guys and girls in office. We got to do it that way. Anything else uncivilized, all you're going to end up with is a head injury and incarceration. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you believe the results? Do you believe that Joe Biden got 10 million more votes than Hillary Clinton in 2016? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. Or do you think that I'm pretty much on point? There's fishy things going on. You got Dominion systems. You got all kind of mail-in ballot fraud. You got guys getting caught throwing ballots away, setting ballots on fire, all kind of stuff. I think there's going to be a lot of fraud that's uncovered, and it should be serious investigation. You got plenty of serious claims, whistleblowers. It cannot be ignored. You can't just say, oh, ignore them. We don't really care about that. When there was this whole big Russia-Ukraine thing for 4 or 5 years, throughout the president's entire presidency, there was always some kind of scandal designed to get him out of office, all right, with little to no evidence to even support the claim, let alone an investigation. So we got much more evidence to support our claims and to warrant an investigation. The least we could do is go through that process and see what's going on. You guys pretty much know where I'm at with it. I think that this is really fishy. If Biden is the president, then hats off to him. Congratulations. You won't really get much done. And I'm not really worried about it because, like I said, we got the Senate, we got the Supreme Court, and we got midterms coming up 2022. I think we'll gain more in the House at that particular point because you're still going to have a lot of us that have big voices that are out here pushing the narrative, pushing conservative values, and we're going to gain more on our side. And hopefully all this election fraud, voter fraud nonsense is cleared up by the next election, and most certainly by the 2024 election, which at that point we'll have another conservative in there, even if we do not get Trump in office this time in 2020. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.